What's up guys, RGT85 here, and today I have a couple stories I want to talk about because they are interesting to me. That's pretty much how I pick and choose what topics to discuss on this channel. If it interests me, I talk about it. So today we have three stories that I want to go over because I think these are absolutely fascinating. First is the Project Stream coming to us from Google Chrome that could potentially change gaming forever. This looks absolutely insane and is obviously pretty groundbreaking in terms of what gaming is accomplishing and capable of. Next up, we have Castlevania news. Is Konami teasing more Castlevania stuff? It looks like they are, and I'm really interested to see what the future of Castlevania and Konami holds. And then finally, a newly discovered way to improve your NES games online on the Nintendo Switch has been revealed. It's something we need to talk about because that's actually something that's a pretty big deal. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you enter the $100 eShop gift card giveaway as well, and let's talk about these subjects.
Hey, RGT85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards! So first up, streaming gaming is obviously starting to pick up a lot of steam, no pun intended. You're starting to see it more and more with different services on your consoles, different services on your PC. I remember a service called OnLive that was available back in the day that allowed you to play PC games on any sort of PC via cloud service. And this was able to run like games like Batman Arkham City and things like that. And I was running them on a netbook. It was all dependent on your internet connection. Well, that service came and went, unfortunately, but it looks like Google is planning something. There's of course been rumors that Google is working on a console or something to put in your living room, but Project Stream has been announced by Google and it could potentially change gaming forever. So what is Project Stream? Well, as of right now, it is a way to stream games in a Google Chrome browser. And we're not just talking crappy Flash games here or games that look like they're just stupid mobile games, you know, crappy games that you saw on the Wii U eShop, things like that. No, we're talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, starting on October 5th, select people who sign up for this service will be able to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the new Assassin's Creed game, simply by utilizing their Google Chrome browser and playing it in the browser. Now, VG247 actually got a chance to check this out and they uploaded a video of it, so I'm going to show some clips from their video. Make sure you check out their full video in the description box down below. But you can see this is actually the game. It's the full game. It's not anything compromised here. The game is running at 1080p 60 frames per second as well. Now there is some latency issues that Google says they are working on, as obviously this is still pretty early in development, but for the first game to be unveiled on this service, it's pretty damn impressive. So what Google is saying is you have to have a minimum internet connection speed of 25 megabytes per second, which is pretty common. I think a lot of people have something like this, but this really opens the door for the world of gaming. If you're able to get AAA experiences by simply utilizing a Chrome browser, it could be really telling for the future of gaming. And I think this runs really well considering it's the first game and the first game we've seen from Project Stream. So I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. As someone who likes to collect physical media, you know, I'm not too sure about this, especially if the games are like $60 if they're full price games. But I think it's definitely interesting to check out, and it's something I will be checking out. Hopefully I can get into that open beta. If not, whenever this becomes available to the public, I'll jump in. But let me know in the comment section what you think of this situation down below. You've seen Assassin's Creed Odyssey now streaming on two different platforms, Google Chrome and the Nintendo Switch in Japan only. So let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. Castlevania is a franchise that I hold near and dear to my heart, and anytime something Castlevania related pops up, I like to talk about it. Now, of course, we have the Castlevania Collection Pack that is coming to the PlayStation 4, consisting of Rondo of Blood from the TurboGrafx-16, one of the best traditional Castlevania games, if not the best traditional Castlevania game of all time, and Symphony of the Night in this collection as well. Well, Konami has recently opened up a Castlevania Hub website on their main website, and looking at the website, maybe it's much ado about nothing, but I feel like this could be hinting at something bigger. So when you go on the website, you see a plug for the upcoming collection and you see a plug for Castlevania Series 2 or Season 2 coming to us from Netflix. And then there's a history section where they break down each individual Castlevania game that's ever been released. So acknowledging their huge backlog of Castlevania games and all the history and the lore behind these games. And then you have the news section, which showcases this upcoming PS4 collection, shows some new screenshots of it as well, and then that's pretty much it. But this website just went up today, October 2nd, so it's not like this website has been around for a while. So does this mean that more Castlevania is coming? I definitely think it is. I've heard rumors off the record that a new Castlevania game is being worked on, and possibly more collections as well. I've also heard that because of the inclusion of the Belmonts in Smash Brothers, that more than likely the Nintendo Switch is going to be getting some Castlevania love. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. A lot of people are talking about Castlevania right now because of the inclusion of it in Smash Brothers. People who maybe have never heard of Castlevania before are now being privy to the Castlevania universe. And honestly, I think it just makes sense. You're seeing Capcom see great success by revisiting old franchises. Things like the Mega Man Legacy Collection sold extremely well. The Legacy X Collection sold extremely well. Mega Man 11 has been getting astronomically good reviews. My review will be up very soon, by the way, in case you were wondering. So it seems like companies are starting to tap into their old franchises. Sega doing the same thing as well by bringing things like the Sega Genesis Collection and, of course, the Shenmue 1 and 2 HD Collection. So I definitely think Castlevania has a future on modern platforms, and I definitely think we're going to see more Castlevania sooner than later. What sort of game will it be, though? Will it be a traditional 2D Castlevania, or will it be the 3D Castlevanias? I think the time and era of the 3D Castlevanias has sort of come and gone. The last Castlevania game, Lords of Shadow 2, I believe, was the last 3D version of the game. It just wasn't well received. It didn't really feel like Castlevania. It felt more like a God of War, an old style God of War, or Devil May Cry, just within the Castlevania universe. I think Konami finally understands that people want traditional Castlevania games, much like Capcom has learned that people want traditional Mega Man games, and that's why Mega Man 11 has been doing so well with both critics and fans. So, more Castlevania on the horizon? I definitely think so. With the inclusion of the new Netflix season, with the inclusion of this collection coming to the PS4, all the hype and all the buzz around it, and of course the inclusion of the Belmonts in Smash Brothers, I definitely think we're going to see some more Castlevania sooner than later. And finally, it's time to talk about the Nintendo Switch Online service. Now, of course, I've said a million things about the Nintendo Switch Online service. Some good, some bad. There's some things I like, there's some things I don't like. But one thing I did mention in my look at the Nintendo Switch's online service was the fact that when you play NES games online, I noticed a little bit of latency. Now, of course, this varies from person to person, as these are peer-to-peer connections, which basically means it's indicative of both your internet and the person that you are playing with internet. So if one of you guys has some crappy internet, or just has some internet hiccups, you're going to notice things like that. Now, in some of these games, it doesn't really matter, but in games like Tecmo Bowl, games that are competitive sports games, Tecmo Bowl, ice hockey, you're definitely going to notice any sort of latency. And in my initial preview and review of the Nintendo Switch's online service, I actually played some Tecmo Bowl with someone on my friends list, and I did notice a little bit of latency. I then played a game with 8-Bit Eric, and it was pretty smooth for the most part, but once in a while, there was some latency issues where I couldn't hike the ball or something like that. Well, there's a way to decrease the latency of your Nintendo Switch online games on the NES service that nobody is talking about, and I recently stumbled across this, and so I figured I would let you guys know. Some people are acting like this is common information, but I did not know this, so I figure a lot of people out there don't know this. So to do this and access this low latency mode, it's actually very easy. You basically start an online game from the NES Nintendo Switch Online library. You open the suspend menu by pressing the ZL and ZR buttons, and then you select to game selection. From the menu on the left, select settings, and then press the Y button to turn on low latency mode. This option is visible only after starting a game online. The setting will not be saved and will be turned off once you close your online game. To manually turn off this setting, press the Y button again. So basically what this will allow is a low latency mode so that online experiences won't really be hindered by this peer-to-peer experience. Now, of course, it does kind of suck that it doesn't save once you enable it. I think it should just save, and it does kind of suck that you actually have to start an online game. I was trying to get footage of it, but of course, because you can't play NES games online without a friend, you can't just play with random people, I was unable to get footage of this in use. But actually trying it after the fact, when I wasn't trying to capture footage of it, I was able to utilize it, and I felt like it worked better. Now, Nintendo did say that there could be some visual and audio instances and little glitches and things like that by utilizing this mode, but in my personal experience, I did not experience any of that. So this is a very good thing to do. Like I said, make sure you enable this mode if you're playing with friends online, because it's going to make your experience a lot better, and definitely a good step in the right direction for Nintendo Nintendo, and something they need to do more of when it comes to these NES games online. Alright, and those are 3 stories that I just wanted to talk about very briefly with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of Project Stream in the comments section down below. If you feel like browser streaming gaming is the future of gaming and really shows where gaming is going to be going. Of course, let me know what you think of potential Castlevania games in the future. Do you think the website is indicative of more Castlevania coming, or do you think Konami is just trying to get you to click their website? I mean, I clicked it. And of course, let me know if you plan on trying out this NES fix for the latency issues on NES games online with the Nintendo Switch. And as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Make sure you enter the $100 eShop gift card giveaway that I'm doing right now, and be on the lookout for my Mega Man 11 review, which will be up very soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.